Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Alexa, and in today's video we are going to be trading some books at little free libraries. If you don't know what a little free library is, it's basically just like a little box in people's front yards where you can exchange books. It's kind of just like honor system, take a book, leave a book kind of thing. And I feel like a lot of people don't know this, but they actually have an app where you can see little free libraries near you. So definitely download their app if you are wanting to visit some little free libraries near you, because it'll make it way easier to find them. So that is what we're doing today, and I have a couple of different books with me that I am planning to leave inside of the little free libraries. The first book I have is Poor Things by Alistair Gray. And the reason I'm getting rid of this one is because while I did enjoy this book, I like the movie a million times better. So if I ever want to revisit this story, I'll probably just watch the movie. I would rather somebody else get enjoyment out of this book versus it just sitting on my shelf. The next book I have is Happily Never After by Lynn Painter. I read this book in a 24-hour readathon that I did, and it was a very meh to me. I think I rated it like 2.5 stars, and it's just not really a book that I enjoyed a lot or would ever revisit. So again, I would rather somebody else get enjoyment out of it. The next book I have is Bunny by Mona Awad. This is an incredibly popular book, so I know that somebody will be super happy to get this. It's kind of like a weird girl lit fic book, and I think I enjoyed my time reading it. I still honestly haven't really decided if I did or not, but regardless, I will not be rereading this or revisiting this, so I know somebody else would enjoy having it. This is another book that's kind of just middle of the road for me. It is The Unwedding by Ali Condi. Again, enjoyed my time reading this, but I feel like especially with mysteries and thrillers, I would probably never reread them just because I already know what's gonna happen. And I feel like not knowing what's gonna happen is kind of the best part of mysteries and thrillers, so I already know how this one ends, so we're gonna pass it along to somebody else. And the last book I have never read, but I actually have 2 copies of it, so we are getting rid of a duplicate copy of Ruthless Vows by Rebecca Ross. This is actually a really nice book. It is the Barnes & Noble edition, and I never read it, so it's basically brand new, but I have a different cover of this one that I like better, so I'm just gonna get rid of this one. Again, this is another super popular book, so I know that somebody else will probably be really excited to get this. So those are the 5 books that I'm going to be putting into little free libraries today, and we are going to see what we can find. Okay, we have traded our first book of the video. I dropped off The Unwedding by Ali Condi at the last little free library that we went to, and I picked up Family of Liars by Lockhart. This is the second book in a series, and the first book is We Were Liars, which I haven't read it yet, but now whenever I do read it, I have the second book, so that's really exciting. We are at the next little free library, so we are going to go take a look and see what this one has. All right, we picked up another book, and I will do a full haul of everything I got at the end, but I cannot stop laughing at the bookmark that I found inside of this book. It is a picture of a baby orangutan, question mark. It's my new favorite bookmark. Anyways, we're gonna go to the next one and see what we can find. All right, it has been a long but successful morning, so I'm going to head back and I will show you guys everything that I ended up getting. Okay guys, we are back and it is time to do a haul and show you everything that I got. I gave away 5 books and we came back home with 4 books and 2 bookmarks. The Little Free Libraries can be so hit or miss sometimes. I feel like there are days where I will go out and go to Little Free Libraries and find nothing good. And then there are other days where I find amazing books. You just really never know what you're gonna find at these. Before I show you guys everything that I got, I'm gonna show you a couple of books that I have gotten from Little Free Libraries in the past. Okay, I pulled some books that I have gotten in the past just to show you guys the kind of stuff that I have found before. In no particular order, I have Lessons in Chemistry by Bonnie Garmus. It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey. This Is How You Lose the Time War by Max Gladstone. The Troop by Nick Cutter. And Funny Story by Emily Henry. This was my craziest Little Free Library find. I already had this book, but my friend ended up taking it, but it was a crazy find, especially since it's a new hardcover release. I mean, this book cost $29, so like that's pretty crazy to just find that for free. But yeah, I mean, there's days where you will find stuff like this, and then there are days where you will find, I don't even know, like the most random books, stuff that I would never pick up, but maybe somebody out there would enjoy it. But anyways, on to my actual haul from today. For the first one that we went to, I found Family of Liars by Lockhart. So this is actually the first book, We Were Liars. And then I found the second book today, so I went ahead and grabbed it so that whenever I read this book, I have the second book ready and waiting for me. And this one is actually not a sequel, but a prequel. So this one was released first, and then this one came out afterwards, but this one I guess takes place before this book. This first book I think is kind of a YA mystery thriller. It's basically following the Sinclair family that lives on a private island off the coast of Massachusetts. And you know what? I don't know much about them except that they tell a lot of lies, hence the title. And then this is kind of the prologue to this book. So I don't actually know if you could read this one first or not, but I will probably just read this one and then read this one because I assume that is how they were meant to be read. So yeah, then at the second one, we found a book by Fredrik Backman called My Grandmother Asked Me to Tell You She's Sorry. Very long title, but I recently read Anxious People by Fredrik Backman and I absolutely loved that book. So I figured I couldn't go wrong with another book by him. From what I gathered from the back of this book is following our main character, Elsa. She's a young girl who is best friends with her grandmother. And then when the grandmother passes away, she leaves behind a ton of letters. And all of these letters are basically apologies to people that she has wronged in her life. So Elsa basically goes on an adventure to deliver all of these letters. And also inside of this book was a bookmark of a baby orangutan, which is the most unexpected thing I think I could have found inside of this book. So yeah, we got both of those. At the third one, I got The Help by Kathryn Stockett. I think pretty much everybody knows about this book. It has been around for somewhere between 10 to 15 years, if I'm remembering correctly. It is also a movie, which I have seen, but I have never read the book. So I thought, what better time to grab it than now when it's free? If you don't already know what this is about, from what I remember, this is following three women who are basically trying to overcome racial inequality in the 1960s. And like I said, there's also a movie of this, so that's also cool. At the fourth one that we went to, I did not get a book, but I did find this hilarious bookmark. It says, I love fall most of all, and it has a little squirrel on it. Like I said earlier, you really never know what you're going to find. And last but not least, at the last one that we went to, I found The Lucky One by Nicholas Sparks. I think everybody knows Nicholas Sparks, and I think this one is a movie as well, if I'm not mistaken. But this one is following a Marine named Logan, and he finds a picture of a woman that he considers his lucky charm. And after surviving a bunch of crazy things, he decides that he wants to go find his lucky charm in person. So he goes on a journey to find her, and it is basically just following their story. So yeah, with that being said, that is the final book, and that is going to be all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed coming along with me today, and I hope you are inspired to find some free little libraries around your area. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up and leave a comment down below letting me know anything you want to let me know. Also, feel free to follow me on Instagram, and also make sure that you are subscribed so that you can see more videos from me in the future. But for now, that is all, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. Oh.